Hey, I'm back. So this next video right here, we're going to get into a little bit of the nonsense that's going on in the spiritual community right now. Evidently, people feel like they can just decide to throw altars up, I'm going to say to the Loa and Orisha, and mix things together. And unfortunately, this one might be a little long, this video, so I'm warning you. Let me start from point A. Long time ago, when the internet first the spiritual community first started getting going online, there were a lot of things that were just not talked about. And a lot of the elders said, you know, I don't think we should talk about these things because for the reasons I'm about to tell you. First of all, a lot of the information that was put out there on the internet in the very beginning, some of it came from good sources and some of it came from some fucked up sources. It was just that they had the money to go to Haiti, learn one or two things, but then tried to wrap it up and package it the way they wanted to package it. What was palatable to them. Not what was real, but what was palatable to them. And this started to trickle down into Santeria. Actually, Santeria was first. And Ifa, the only one that it seems like it hasn't been a lot of nonsense going on with it. And oh my God, I'm glad for this particular tradition is Palo and Condomble. Okay? Alright, so little by little, more and more nonsense was piled into the internet. And little by little, people just started feeling like I can put what I want here because nobody can stop me because nobody really knows. Because these traditions were closely guarded. All of these traditions were closely guarded. If you didn't know somebody, well, guess what? You weren't going to find out certain information. You might get the basics, maybe the basics. Then came people being able to put up their own websites. When websites, you know, at this particular time, I'm going to say websites were expensive to do, so not everybody was willing to do it. Hosting was much more money than it is now to have a website. It just was. Okay? But now, anybody can throw up a review site. Anybody can throw up a website and pretend to be a Mambo, Hungan, or spiritual worker forever. And they haven't. They can make up any kind of story and make themselves seem grand, and they're not. And they don't have any knowledge. And now I'm going to go into current date. It has become the wild, wild west now. It has become a dirty, festering place. And what's unfortunate is that you have people that, you know, they talk about the Blanc that's appropriating the culture and the religions. But we have our own people that basically come in and try to do, you know, what they want to do because they say, oh, it's in my blood. It's in my DNA. Okay, it may be in your DNA, but that doesn't mean that you can just decide to pick up an Asan or go buy an Asan off of eBay or go buy an Nganga off of eBay, and now all of a sudden you're a Tata or a Yaya or you're a Hungan or Mambo and pretend to be and say like, well, I'm eclectic, so I can do what I want to do. Because I'm noticing this term being thrown around a lot. And I'm noticing a lot of people who haven't been to a Hungan or Mambo or haven't been trained, which is why I understand now, like I really understand now why some of the Haitian people, okay, are like, okay, Because why? Because unfortunately, a few bad apples have made it just made a mockery of voodoo, giving Ogu Farai things that he should, doing things that they want to do to make it palatable to them. Voodoo or any of these ATRs is not made supposed to be palatable to you. So it's like all the rules and things that have been put into place for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, maybe more than that, okay? It's just thrown out the window because people feel like, well, I'm going to pick up this book and I don't need to get an initiation because I don't believe in initiation and I don't believe in this and I'm going to do things my way. So then they put up a website, put on some jewelry, put on a mouchoir, or a fula or whatever, and dress all fancy and call myself whoever and put the word authentic in front of it. Okay? And because people are very misled by their eyeballs, these people go for the flash and dash. And they're continuously going through the flash and dash. And then there's these little groups, okay, where people are in there offering voodoo readings. And there's no such thing as a voodoo reading. A reading in voodoo is called a lesson or a lesson. Okay? And I may not be fluent in Creole, but I'm getting much better. And I understand a lot more than what I used to understand. And a lot of people don't even want to learn about the culture or try to learn the language. Is it easy? No. Is it important that you learn something of the whatever it is culture? If it's candomblé, learn Portuguese. If it's Spanish. Whatever it is that you need to learn so you can try to understand some of what's going on instead of just parroting it back. And understand the words. Then you have some people that, I'm going to say this, can't stand black people, period, point blank. They hate the ground we walk on. But they want to serve the Loa, the Orisha. Any of these black spirits, considered black spirits or ancestral spirits that came from Africa, that came from Guinea. You cannot do that, but I see that happening. It's like I said, I was going to get into this. It's a lot of nonsense that's going on. How am I going to sit here and say I dislike the Haitian people and I'm practicing Haitian voodoo? What? Come again? You can't just take the people out of Haitian voodoo. You can't take the people from there. Have you ever noticed you get more of a welcome response any place you go in the world when you know if you try to understand some of the language of said culture or said country? Even if it's you just know hello or thank you. If you're Arabic, shukran, thank you. Afan, you're welcome. Those 3 words, somebody will be like, oh my God. And I've seen it. But people, you can't sit there and just think that you can dislike a people and you're going to practice their religion. Doesn't work that way. Now, you also have another school of thought that's often wrong. Oh, it's in my DNA, so I have the right. No, sweetie. The only thing you have the right to do is when it's your time and death comes for you, you got the right to that. That's what you got the right to. Because maybe they didn't give this lesson in school, but all of us Creole people here and in other places, our ancestors came from different places. Some people ancestors might practice Islam. Some people ancestors that came here could have practiced Palo, or the beginning roots of Palo, or some of them could have been from Benin. Some of them could have been from Ghana. And those ancestors showed themselves up somehow. If it's meant for you to not become a priest or a priestess, but maybe just to serve, just to help yourself. So everybody is different. Everybody isn't meant, I see people in these different, I'm going to say about like the conscious community. It's not meant for all women to walk around dressed in 3/4 and whatever. That's not a part of their culture. That's not where they're from. That's not what they're doing. And that doesn't make them wrong. That's not for them. Everybody is different. Everybody's ancestors are different. Being that people want to jump on ancestors all the time. What's in your blood is different than other people. And no, you just can't wake up one day, I'm going to serve Ursula Freda. I'm going to serve so-and-so. No, you can't do that. You can do it and go ahead and get messed up. And that's not fear. That's the truth. Some Loa will turn a blind eye. Might give you a little spank on the hand. Or you might decide to some trickster spirit stop by. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'm so and so, and now you got yourself in a world of problems. But because you felt that you could do what you wanted to do, because you have the right to do that, now you got yourself messed up. And maybe you don't realize it till a year down the line that your life is shit. Then you go find somebody that don't know what they're doing, and you get your life messed up some more. Then when you maybe figure it out and you find out like, okay, let me go to this person that can really help me. Now you want to give them shit because you fucked up. Because you dabbled with something that you wasn't supposed to dabble in. From the intranquil spirit to all the other spirits that people want to dabble with and think it's cool. I don't care what nobody says. It takes experience to deal with your own spirits first before you decide to go and deal with intranquils and all this other stuff that's going on that I see all over the place. The nonsense. Ask yourself this. The next time you go to a spiritual worker and they claim to practice voodoo or Santeria or whatever it is, or they call themselves a witch, okay? Ask them this. What's your lineage? Because see, I know my lineage. You can find him right online. Hungan Hector. You look him right up. Okay? So ask them, how long have you been practicing for? Y'all do this if y'all go get a car, y'all want the Carfax. Y'all want the Carfax. Y'all go search hair. You want to know where the hair came from or whatever. You go get a car, sneakers. Y'all will sit there and do a numerous research before you buy something that's tangible, that you can see with your eyes. But you go to some of these crazy behind spiritual workers who basically don't know what they're talking about. And then they mess you up. And now what happened? Now you're in a fix. And then like I said, you want to give that spiritual worker that can help you a problem now. The spiritual world is not a place to gamble. It is not a place to gamble. So I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to come back, because like I said, I'm going to break it up into parts. So I'm going to leave off on the spiritual world is not a place to gamble. I'll be back soon.